You could be forgiven for wondering what's going on. You thought this was Theology Thursday, didn't you? And you were expecting Andrew outside jumping on a trampoline or hitting something with a hammer. But actually, it's me. And I'm inside, not outside. And I'm sat in my seat. This is my old man chair that sits in front of the TV. So I can look out of the window and I can feel the sun. This is the place where I come to sit because it's comfortable. I come to sit to be still. I come to sit to be climbed on by my children. But today I've come here to relax and to talk to you. For Meditation Monday this week, I shared a thought about the idea of harpu, coming from the Hebrew word rapha, from the beginning of Psalm 46, verse 10, where it says, "Be still and know that I am God." Harpu, the word we translate as being still, that means to relax, to sink, to cease trying, to let go. To be still. But once we've found that place where we are still, where we've let go, where we've stopped, where we've ceased trying, where we've surrendered, what next? Well, the verse says, harpu yada. And yada means know. Be still and know. But what does it mean to know something? I think in English, we need to think about the levels of knowing in order to fully understand and appreciate what knowing and being known really means. I know the alphabet. It's a pattern that I was taught when I was young. I know how to add numbers together. There's a rule that I was taught. I know how to play the guitar. I've invested time and effort into regular practice. I know that fire is hot because I've burnt myself enough times. There are so many things that my brain is aware of because of patterns or learning or experience. And there are things that I know deeper than just in my head. I know that breathing is good for me. It's something that is ingrained deep within my involuntary muscles. I know I'm loved by my parents, my wife, my children, my sister, my family, my friends, not just because of their words and actions, but because the way they speak to my heart and to my soul. I know there's something wrong with life as we know it. Even though I've not been part of a perfect world, I know it and I feel it within. Yada is all of that, and it's more. Yada includes the notion of knowledge, and it includes familiarity, it includes experience. It's about learning and growing and discerning and finding and becoming. But then Adam yada Eve, and they had a child. Noah yada, the flood was receding and the earth was ready to become fruitful again. God yada Jeremiah in the womb and called him forth. And I think it's the same notion that's translated in the New Testament in Greek, eido, where Jesus says to his disciples in John, "If you know me, you know my Father." The idea is that to yada, to know something, is to know the extent of naked identity and intimacy. It's about bringing about life. The notion of yada is that God has that knowledge of us already. He knows us inside and out, through and through, the good, the bad, the ugly, those horrible bits that we try and hide. Because Adam and Eve yada that they were naked. They knew that they were seen, and they tried to hide. But God knows humanity naked. God knows humanity intimately. He knows how to bring us into life and to create life through us. And what he calls us to is that same knowledge of him, that we might yada God, that we might know him in the same way. And so back to the psalmist who says, Hapu yada, be still, let go, breathe out, surrender, sink, relax, be still and know, experience, be aware, get naked, get intimate, seek to bring about life with God. It's almost as if be still and know, as we understand it in English, stop moving and use your head, isn't enough. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. But I wonder if what the psalmist's experience is and what the psalmist is calling us to is to surrender, to make ourselves vulnerable to God, so that he can know us and we can know him in the most intimate way that will bring life not just to us, but the people around us. What if God yada you and I, and we yada God, and as a result there was life in our churches, there was life in our world, there was life in our families, there was life in our communities? What if?